Welcome to the Rebel Scum Podcast, your favorite hive of scum and villainy since 2016. From rankings to odds making, we talk, debate, list, and laugh our way through everything Star Wars. Want to support the rebellion? Join us on Patreon. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a transmission. Now, here are your hosts, Brock and James.
You always scum. Rebel Scum.
Rebel Scum Podcast. Happy New Year's, everyone. It's everyone's favorite episode. Ranking Star Wars. What a great way to start the year. I'm Brock. This is
James.
And we're ranking Star Wars, as always. And we have guests today, James.
We do. Right here we've got Disney Desi.
Hello, bright suns, everyone.
That's a Star Wars reference. and under you, Brock, we got Sudathron.
Hello, Happy New Year. We are at the year that we actually get a new Star Wars movie. We're close.
I can't believe it.
Woo!
It's only been 7 years.
This list is 11 movies, and next year is 12. I think we should just skip and go to next year.
Yep.
Let's just,
Sure. Yeah. That's how it's going to work.
I'll already rate it above Last Jedi, I can tell you that.
Oh,
we got some fighting words going on.
some fighting words.
I'm not going to lie. I did so how this works, if everybody wants to know, is we asked 57 people in total, YouTubers, podcasters, and Patreon of our channel, to give us their ranking list from 1 to 11. Only live action theatrical films were included, but some of you still added other things to that. And what I did was, when I added it all together, nobody knows what anybody wrote. This isn't about individual lists. If you ranked, let's say, Solo at number 1, it gets 11 points. And if you ranked Empire Strikes Back at 1 at dead last, it gets 1 point. And then we put it together. Did I say that correctly? Did that sound right? I felt like I said something wrong.
Yes.
But it's all added together. My math is spectacular, so no problems here at all.
None.
All right. Do you guys want to get right into this thing?
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Just to kick things off. We got some honorable mentions. They are The Hunt for Ben Solo, Mandalorian and Grogu, and the Holiday Special, which I was going to qualify, but the other two technically don't either. So there we go.
Look at that thing. Wow.
Amazing.
I watched that last night.
Oh, really?
Why?
We should do like a live watch along with sometime.
Because my husband's brother is staying with us, and he watched The Last Jedi and thought it was the greatest movie he's ever seen. And my husband said, that's only one step above the Holiday Special. And he said, what's the Holiday Special? And I said, let me show you something.
Amazing. That is. And
So what did he say about the Holiday Special?
That it was a fever dream.
Yep.
No, that's actually. Yeah, that might be on the poster. That doesn't exist.
You know, I was like recently thinking about the Holiday Special, specifically the Boba Fett cartoon, because I've decided to watch as many Studio Ghibli movies as I possibly can. So I'm going in like chronological order, and the first one is called Nausicaa and the Valley of the Winds, and the animation is so reminiscent of the Boba Fett one. Better, of course, but the vibe, because that movie's from the 70s, so it's like you're like, oh, I was like, this is like that. And I'm like, I have never compared anything to the Boba Fett cartoon. That is wild. Or sorry, The Helpful Wookiee. Is that what the actual title is? Ugh.
Yeah, it's not anything about
Yes,
Boba Fett.
yeah, you live in Florida and you have access to all the Star Wars things. Oh my god.
I live near Batu.
Oh, not Florida. All right, let's get to the list itself. Coming in at number 11, dead last, because one had to be last, and nobody likes this movie, apparently. I had it higher than last. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Pretend that you didn't have it last on your list, okay?
Not on my heart, though.
Your thoughts on this one, Desi?
I love this movie. Honestly, though, except for one of them, I love all of the movies. So I I can't say bad things about most of them. But I do feel like this one gets more hate than it deserves. I think that it was actually really good. And if you take out the fact that you can't get Harrison Ford that age again, although maybe you could now with AI, like Alden was never going to be him, and you just need to go into it knowing that it's going to be a different actor. And it was still really good. I'm sad that it's last, but I also understand.
Would you have preferred something else last?
Yes. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah, well, soon. Sooner?
This is just a last movie that, you know, there's anything other than Last Jedi. I mean, it says last. That's pretty obvious. That's the one it should be. Solo, I really like Solo. I don't remember exactly, but I probably have it at 8 or 9. I thought it was a really fun movie. And, you know, Woody Harrelson it just shows his genius. He can play so many characters. And you know, I think it just like Desi said, it just followed up the Last Jedi problems, and people kind of just it's Star Wars. I don't want to go see it. And then when people saw it on, you know, whatever it was, Disney, you know, DVD or whatever, they're like, dang, I know a lot of people said, I wish I'd have seen this in the theater. It's really good. So I really think if they had waited till December, maybe it would be better. Plus Harrison had just died. I thought it was really good, and I still wish that they would consider a live-action show that continues the adventures. And but I don't know, we may never get them. But that's I really like.
Agreed. Brock?
I agree with Soon. The last part you said there. It's like there's so many cool characters that we probably won't see again unless they were like, oh, it wouldn't be cool if we threw it in here. But like all the cool characters, like Woody Harrelson does great work in there. Just anything with Chewie is just amazing, and like that's a character you can keep around forever. But like characters,
I would love to see more Kira.
Akira, yeah. Like I mean, they keep putting stuff with her in comics, and it's just like, come on. It's like you don't even have to do another Solo movie. You could just do what's the gang they're part of? Red Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn. I'm like, Red Dawn is a movie.
Told you he likes Harry Potter better.
Crimson Dawn, like that's so easy. Just do it. Like Infy's Nest character, like that was cool. You're not quite sure what she was, and then you're like, oh, you're part of the rebellion. It's like I would like to see more of what that character was like. Yeah, I feel like Solo will always have the asterisks of like they changed course midway, so it's like it became what it was. And then like I think James and we've talked about this so many times. It's like knowing that it was supposed to be something else, kind of always like you enter the theater being like, what's this gonna be? I mean, I know you and I think our whole group here like that movie, but it's not a shocker that's at the bottom.
And coming in at 10, The Rise of Skywalker, which I had number 1 on my list, as most people did. I'm surprised it came this low. Rise of Skywalker is you know what though? Whatever we want to say about it, it's the last movie we've gotten to watch in the theater that has anything to do with Star Wars. Desi, your thoughts?
It is the only movie that I watched and it made me angry. Like, I will take Jar Jar Binks all day long over this movie. I will take a solo standalone Binks a Star Wars story movie over this. It was hot trash from beginning to end, but mostly the end. Although I do find it slightly more enjoyable if I pause it right where they kiss and they smile at each other, then I turn it off. They live happily ever after. Everything's fine. But yeah, no, it makes me angry because all of the Skywalkers die and a bloodline Palpatine is the only one standing at the end. So the title makes no sense. I hate her calling herself Skywalker. She and Luke didn't get along. If anything, she should have called herself Solo because she did get along with Han and she was in love with Ben. So makes no sense.
Sooner.
Well, hopefully you're hearing me okay. No, I disagree. This is definitely one of my lower ones, but I do like the film. I just felt like it was rushed. I really feel like that if they did 2 parts, I think they could have really made it better. But I did enjoy it. I think I like Exegol. It was the coolest planet in all the sequels. I thought that was awesome. And I really liked Pride. But I just didn't like, and they did it somewhat in Last Jedi, and then they continued it. I didn't like how they made Huck such a clown the last few. He was very wasted, and But I really do I liked it. I thought it was good. I love seeing Lando again. So definitely not great, but I like it a lot more than she likes him. So.
Brock?
Yeah, there's a lot of like good things in there that I'd be like, oh, that'd be interesting. I think we talk about like when Lando mentions like, oh, Luke and I went on an adventure. I'm like, whoa, let's see that in an animation. I think like the story of Rey and Kylo Ren, it's like it comes to a nice culmination to an extent. I don't know if the ending is perfect, but like there's things that like there's ideas that like this was not a bad idea. Just again, like rushed is a great term. It's like, which is weird because it's like I guess they were putting out a lot of movies at the time, but it's just like it's like the title does not make any sense. Like Rise of Skywalker, it's just like what? I don't know.
I think it was what has become blatant now with Disney reacting to, oh, they put in Skywalker in the title and people will like it because of how they were dropping out because of how they felt Luke was handled. It's just some weird decisions. I don't hate the movie. I enjoy it. I think it has issues, but I mean, really the movie itself is when they brought J.J. Abrams back, it's pretty much exactly what I thought we were getting. Like it's a bunch of fluff from a fluff maker. He makes donuts. They're delicious.
Mystery boxes or whatever they're called.
I'm so sick of that phrase. By the way. So sick of that phrase. All right, and now we come to the part of the show where we say goodbye to Desi. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next year when maybe it's a little bit higher on the list. Number 9 is The Last Jedi. I'm not going to say anything about this movie because it's been talked about to death. So, Desi, the stage is yours.
Okay, my brother-in-law watched this movie for the very first time last night, and he thought this was the greatest Star Wars movie he's ever seen. He loved the funny bits. He thought the Rey and Kylo stuff was really interesting. And he's like, oh, yeah, they're definitely in love. And I'm like, yeah, they are. I don't understand how people went into the next movie thinking like, oh, my God, that kiss came out of nowhere. No, I don't see how anybody watches The Last Jedi and doesn't figure out that Reylo is a thing. And also watching it last night with him, I did realize that anytime that Rey and Kylo weren't on screen, I did get up and like go do something with the kids or brush my teeth or whatever. There was like one point where it's like, ooh, something really good's about to happen. And then they go back to the Finn and Rose part. And like, oh no, I forgot about this part. I keep forgetting about the side quests because I was like, oh yeah, now the Praetorian fight's about to happen. I didn't say it, but I was just like, something exciting is going to happen. You got to stay here and watch this. And then they cut to Finn and Rose. I was like, oh yeah, okay. This part of the movie, I can understand why people are like, about this movie. But the Rey and Kylo stuff was fire.
I will say Muppet Fish with Luke is not my favorite. Sooner, you thought?
Yes. First I have to ask, if it took Guy 8 years to see The Last Jedi, has he seen any of the other movies? I mean, I don't really... I mean, it may be the greatest Star Wars, but maybe he's never seen one before. It is 8 years old.
He had seen all of them, and then he saw The Force Awakens, and I guess he had a kid right around that time, and then didn't get around to seeing anything else after that, other than, Bluey or whatever it is the kids watch.
Did Bluey do a Star Wars special?
They should.
Yeah,
I would love it.
I like I do think there are some bits that are really amazing. I really like the Yoda and Luke scene. I think the throne scene's really cool. I mean, Canto Bites is just silly, and I really the character of Benicio del Toro that just I never understood. He sat there in the jail, and then as soon as people get in, he can just get out. Why didn't he get out way before that? But, I just bits and pieces, but I don't dislike it as much as. But I really think if they could have saved it for me is if she would have actually done the very unusual and flipped and went with Ben at the end and became turned to the dark side. I think that could have truly saved that movie because it would have been such a difference. And then seeing
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
I think it would have been awesome. I really do, and that probably would have saved it because and Ryan Johnson would have he wanted to be different. That would have been real different. But it's just I don't know. It's okay, but that would have. I wish I could have done that. It probably would have been the greatest move in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So.
He was also super shocked by Rey being a nobody, which I felt like in that moment, everybody had been speculating who Rey was. Nobody had guessed nobody. And I actually really liked that. It really was more of the I am your father thing, because it was the opposite, where everybody was expecting her to be somebody. Nobody was expecting Darth Vader to be related. So it was the reverse of that.
Yeah.
Brock?
I want to live in a world where, like, Ryan Johnson got to make a full trilogy. I think, like, he was setting up things that
Same.
could have been really interesting, and I think they, like, yes, I understand. I can understand why they didn't let him do anything else yet, to our knowledge, because just the way the internet and the world reacted to The Last Jedi. But there's a lot of cool things set up. Like we don't talk about it anymore, but like Broom Boy, like the end of that movie with Broom Boy, and you're like, oh, like it's not like the Force is gone, but like him like doing that, you're like, oh, we can have more Jedi. There is like, if anything, like Rise of Skywalker, the title would have made a little bit more sense if it was more of a movie about the Jedi rising again. Not that all Jedi are Skywalker, but like. It's a great movie, and it takes chances, and then it's just because of the reaction to that movie. I don't know. All I know is there's 3 Knives Out movies, and we haven't had Star Wars in a while. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, seeing my brother-in-law's reaction made me feel like I think the casual fan probably did like The Last Jedi. It's just the crazy fanboys who got really upset over Luke's treatment, who were just louder on the internet. But I do think that the casual fan probably did love it.
It gave us green milk. I mean, like, so it's something. It's got to be something.
Which I enjoy.
See, that's the thing. People are changing their mind on green milk to blue milk. Now, if I go to Batu, if I go to Galaxy's Edge, I'm gonna get both. Like, I'm getting both. Anyways, besides the fact.
I don't like milk.
It's not milk.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
That's why
Bailey's.
That's why my plant-based wife was able to drink.
Like a plant-based slushy.
Yeah. It's sugar,
it's-
James. It's sugar.
Oh.
It's actually really good. The green one. The blue one I feel like tastes like Pepto-Bismol or something. I don't like that one.
That's a good one. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm not going to get into them. We're going to go to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to. What do you guys think? What do you think's coming in at number 8? We've got the bottom of the barrel out of the way.
I am shocked.
Phantom Menace.
I am shocked we haven't had a prequel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So what is?
Brock is shocked we have not had a prequel.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Give it to us.
Well, let's give it up for. Ooh.
Wow.
Right.
The Disney era's at the bottom.
Wow.
I think this was
Shocking.
I think this was more a referendum on Disney itself than the movies. As everyone knows, this is my last one on every list. They continue to be there to this day. because I think it is a donut. It tastes delicious when I watch it, but once it's done, it's empty calories. It just makes me fat. It does. It's enjoyable for a moment, and then I'm like, what was the point of it? And everyone's like, oh, it was fun. And you're like, oh yeah, lens flares. Let's move on. This is a really fun movie. John Williams' score is John Williams' score. But this one was the beginning of my pet peeve of everything Disney Star Wars. From this movie until except for Andor, for one reason. The sound design, especially of lightsabers, just ticks me off to no end. Just go in the archives and get the actual sound effects, man. I don't like the bassy sound of these lightsabers. I want the old 70s sound. And that's why I don't think I had the other two that low. But anyway, Force Awakens, this one surprised me too, to be honest. This is why I think my math might have been off. But Force Awakens, wrapping things out, Desi?
I can understand why it's this low. I personally would have put it above at least the Phantom Menace, but
Wow.
it gave me Reylo, so I love that. But really, I don't love J.J. Abrams in general. I think it's too similar to A New Hope. Okay, you got the person on the desert planet who finds out they've got the Force all of a sudden. There's this big planet killing machine they've got to put an end to. Like, come on. Be a little bit more creative.
You know what? When people are like, well, it's what he had to do to bring people back to Star Wars. I just feel like everything about that argument, that's what I feel like everything about that argument is lame. And honestly, that stuff doesn't even really bother me. It's that they didn't. Anyway, sooner. He's muted his mic. I can't unmute him.
All right.
It gave us Reylo. That's what I've got to say good about it.
I am surprised it's this low. I'm really shocked that all the prequels beat it. And because I think it's pretty good, but like Han said, well, how do you blow it up? Yeah, you can blow it up. And that goes back to the fact there was a lot of similarity, but that also brought them back to Han and Chewie because they were so great. And that's why I'm just disappointed that the whole gang didn't get back together a little bit in the sequel, because Han and Chewie were so great. I mean, and I love seeing Leia, and I think it again, they had a real good thing going good with Hux, and then they just kind of, I don't know, messed that up. And but it was fun. But like it is, it just was so much like New Hope. I just wish it would have been a little more creative. And there's a lot of things you could have done. You didn't have to have a blow up thing. You could have had possibly Thrawn leading, just a new from the the Chiss Ascendi coming back to try to take over. There was just a lot of things that they could have done that would have been okay. You didn't have to do it, and I think people would have just come because it was Star Wars. And frankly, if you had Thrawn in it, you'd had a lot of the people that were like pissed off because they changed the to Legends. I think you would have had more people even come to that. So it's all right, but it definitely could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But Han and Chewie were
He didn't have to bring the Emperor back in the last one.
Yes, you did. Otherwise, what's the point of Star Wars if it's not to be Palpatine?
Somehow Palpatine's back.
Yeah, Palpatine returns. They want to talk about, Rey is too powerful, and the twins mean that Anakin being the chosen one doesn't mean anything. No, the Emperor coming back means that Anakin being the chosen one doesn't mean anything, because it means that he didn't actually get rid of the Emperor or balance the Force.
Yep, that's true. Can't disagree with that.
I think that's part of the problem with the sequels is I like them, I watch them, but really, if you remove them,
yeah, that's true.
You're like, you know what I mean? Like not much really changes in the outcome of this. Like, they didn't add anything to it. I mean, like, look, there's things I like, obviously, but really, if you take everything out of it, you're like, well, back to square one. Brock?
Yeah, you didn't bring in a whole bunch of new stuff that can be built on that was just brand new lore that's nothing we've ever seen. You just I mean, we saw Kylo stop a laser beam, but that was
Cool.
That was cool. But
Great opening, by the way.
I mean, James, we can't be this critical, because like we saw this movie like 7 times in the theater.
I always put it last, but I always say it was of all the Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, maybe any Star, it's the most fun. Like it's a donut. I enjoy the hell out of it while I'm watching it.
Tell that to Conja Gang or whatever.
Yeah, there's
Don't make
so
me
many
play the
good lines from it.
It's a really fun movie. It just does nothing to progress the story forward.
I think you just need to take it a little bit more seriously. Maybe a quarter portion more seriously, James.
Hey!
Anyways,
it's a fun movie. I'm not ever going to debate that.
I'm just curious, like, if A New Hope is not right beside this movie, it's kind of weird. And, like, A New Hope at 7 is scary to me, but we'll see.
Okay, you want to go to 7?
Hey, let's do it.
All right. I knew Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones. It barely beat it, though. I will be honest with you. It barely beat it. I love this movie to death. All you prequel haters can go suck a nut. Love it. Yeah, I love it. A walnut, specifically a walnut this time of year, maybe a chestnut.
Chestnut.
Yeah, a week ago they're roasting on Open 5. Today, I don't know. I love this movie, man. I love the opening of this movie. I don't love the Droid Factory video game sequence with Anakin and Padme. That part I don't really like. Yeah. But I don't know what it is. It's a movie that I've always said this. Like the first time I saw it in the theater, I didn't really enjoy it. The second time, I'm like, oh, I actually love it. And every time I watch it, I'm like, I think I like it more. Yeah. And wooden acting aside, I don't know what it is. It's just, and you know what? Lightsabers sound like lightsabers. But John Williams was also in the prequels. He was pretty peak in the prequels, I think, for his music.
Yeah.
And, but I love this movie, and it gets a lot of hate. And I understand a lot of dialogues, wooden acting. But that chase at the beginning in Coruscant on those flying car things, I'm like, oh, I just like it. Desi?
I actually really like this movie, but like I said, I love all of them except for The Rise of Skywalker. So I love this movie, and my husband and I were watching it the other day, and we're like, you know what? Hayden Christensen is actually not that bad of an actor. He did the best he could with the lines that were provided to him. I mean, how else would you deliver those kinds of lines that he was given? I mean, if I'm given a line that says, I don't like sand, I don't know any better way to act that out. I don't think it was him. I think it was the writing. And I think that the storyline is good. It was just the delivery wasn't great. Like he had the good broad idea, but he wasn't good at writing the individual lines to go with that idea.
Yep.
I think one more thing before I stop talking is George Lucas was a master lore storyteller builder. Like he had great stories, but yeah, those little pieces inside, you're like, somebody. Whereas I think the sequels just they were lacking that more than anything. They were lacking the story. They had the other stuff, but they were missing the story. And maybe one day we'll get it all. Original trilogy sooner.
Well, just one last quick thing on the sequels. The sequels, though, the disadvantage is they were the first trilogy that dealt with so much of the EU that people were comparing it to.
Yes.
The original trilogy never had to do that, and the prequels really didn't either because they were the prequels. Everything that most of the stuff made was after the original, and so I think that put a big disadvantage. I've always said if the sequel trilogy was the very first 3 movies, people would say it's the greatest trilogy of all time. But because it had 40 years of lore that it was competing with, it got a lot of, and that's a fact. But I do like Attack of the Clones. I think that, I still think Geonosis, that last 45 minutes is some of the greatest Star Wars that I was like, because we had seen it. We saw just a little bit of lightsabers here and there. Saw a little bit more in Phantom Menace. We saw Darth Maul, but man, we'd never seen anything where you had a 50-star lightsabers flying around fighting, and that was because we always saw the Jedi with like one person. So I thought that was awesome, and then you got to see how powerful Dooku And then you just can't help but laugh when Yoda starts flying around. It's funny, and then it's awesome too. You're like, he comes on his cane, and then he's flying around like a crazy person. I thought, I mean, really, the last 45 minutes is one of the best. Up to that, it was just okay. But I guess Fantasia's #1 vote got this to 7.
Actually, he didn't have. I think he had Last Jedi #1.
He did? Oh,
Good for him.
I told him. So anybody that didn't have Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace high on their list, I told him I would rewrite it. So I rewrote all the lists.
I thought he liked that Attack of the Clones a lot. I thought
he loves Attack. No, it is high on his list. But hold on, if I can find his list, I'll out him. Oh no, yeah, #1 was Attack of the Clones.
I thought so.
Last Jedi was 3. I was really disappointed in his #2. I won't tell you what it is. But he gave me weird names because he's Andrew Fantasia. Like his #11 was Luke Takes an Elevator. The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. I was thinking of Empire Strikes or Return of the Jedi because he went up in the elevator with Vader. But I was like, that can't be 11.
His #10 was All Alone. Solo.
Solo.
So, yeah, so I had to Da Vinci Code decipher his stupid thing here. Anyway, so I changed his list to include everything higher up that I wanted to be higher up. Wait, Brock.
Yeah, this is usually one of the lower ones. I know I should give more love to Hayden Christensen. He's from here. But like the acting is, but you know what, Desi, you've really changed my mind on it because it's like, yeah, they are strange lines. I was actually thinking, it's like if you got young Anakin in that role saying those lines, it might be kind of bad. It'd be weird because he's talking to like a grown woman. But if you just think of like Jake Lloyd saying, he's like, I hate sand. It's like, yeah, that works. It'd be weird and everything else. But like, you know what? Like CG, your first time CG, like Yoda and doing something like doing that thing that we're like, could he do that? Like, it's like, yeah, the Force, he's strong with the Force. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's also the most memeable movie, I think, of all the Star Wars. So you gotta love it for it.
All right, #6, but #1 in our hearts.
Yeah.
By the way, Sabal was back.
Yeah.
So excited, man. I love The Phantom Menace to death. I love this movie. I don't care how many what's it called, counselor meetings, chancellor meetings, whatever I have to sit through in it. I will watch it and sit through. Everybody's sitting down talking because I love it. It ends. Duel of the Fates is top tier Star Wars music. Darth Maul, badass. I wish he would have come back. They would have found a way to bring him back so they have a little more continuity with the villains. Love it though. I love this movie. I love ugly puppet Yoda, and then I love the brand of CG Yoda in it. I love Yaddle. Yeah. I love everything about it, except I think they ruined Ki-Adi-Mundi's birthday in it. But other than that, I love everything about this movie. I do. I love The Phantom Menace, and I will fall on that sword, and I will die on that hill, and I love it, and I don't care what anyone says. Pod racing. I can't wait. I'm glad it's back. I'm glad the Doug is back. Should be #1, but you guys all suck at making lists.
Send the droid.
Yeah. R2-D2's introduction is amazing, right? When I see C-3PO, whatever.
I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn is one of the best characters in Star Wars. He was awesome.
So we all agree
he got one. He was amazing for a whole one episode, one film. He was so good. It would have, been. So.
Fixed it.
Perfect.
All right, Jesse.
It means one thing: invasion.
I also love this movie. Like, anytime I hear somebody talk about angels or something, because it's Christmas time, you hear about angels, I think about Padme. It's just the first thing that comes to mind. I love this movie. I think it's great. I think it's underrated. But I'm actually, even though I love it, I'm shocked it's this high up. I
I
really would
was
have
very
thought
happy.
that it would have been lower than Attack of the Clones. But on the other hand, I can see why it might have been higher because of that music being just like top tier. Um, and Darth Maul. My kids last year for Halloween, my son Luke was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and my other son was Darth Maul because they wanted to be able to fight each other. And
Amazing.
Luke got so mad every time somebody would be like, Luke, you must be Luke Skywalker. He'd be like, no, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. And also my brother-in-law yesterday was like, oh man, that fight scene was so awesome. It's definitely in the top 2 or 3. The other ones, because I was like, okay, well, what are your other tops? Were Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And uh, in his words, the one where Yoda was doing all the flips.
That actually is a good one. I watched that a little while ago, and I was like, this is fun. Which I think ultimately is why we watch these movies. But anyway, Sooner?
So he didn't have Vader and Obi-Wan on Mustafar as the top 3.
I mean, how are you going to beat Yoda doing flips?
It's true. Actually, if you remember Attack of the Clones, when it came out and it wasn't like people weren't really liking it, the marketing changed drastically to like include the Yoda fight. Like everywhere you went was the Yoda fight. So
I didn't know it was going to happen until I saw the movie, and I was like, what the heck?
You're like, I'm buying the DVD now.
I know. No, I like Phantom Menace. I think Qui-Gon's one of the best characters, and it was too bad that he was really, really good. And I've listened to there's been some audiobooks and things are good, and so yeah, and Darth Maul was awesome. He just wasn't in it enough. But I'm glad that I think we're getting the animated Darth Maul, and I think that's one. I think you were talking about Kira earlier. I think Kira will probably be in that. Because that's when she I think it takes place to when she took over from Boss, I think. So that should be really good. But yeah, I really like this movie. It was definitely, it's about 6 or 7 for me. So, oh, gee,
I have kids.
Oh,
Sorry.
I know what you're talking about.
6, 7.
Do you know how old my kids are? 6 and 7.
Oh,
that must be a torture.
I have little stepsons, and they're 7 and 4, and they 6, 7 things. So
6, 7.
I got Aaron a new phone. By the way, I wanted to give it to her for Christmas and be really lazy about it because it's $0 down. But I couldn't. But the guy was like, yeah, you could do this or this. And once he did this, everybody in Best Buy was 6, 7 all around. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I'm 44. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about either, and I hear it all day, every day.
Some kind of song or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's
Brock
not.
informed me about it.
Yeah, on this podcast.
Yeah, he did. He told me on the podcast what it was, and now my freaking social media is inundated with 6, 7 because of Brock. Brock, you love this movie. You called this the greatest movie ever made since the ship flying into the moon's eye.
I mean, this is like the first Star Wars movie I ever saw like in a theater. Like, I don't know if I went the first day, but definitely like I mean, you see the reissued movies, but like for my age group, it's like that was the first Star Wars we saw in theaters first, not at home. I think in an alternate reality where James and I know each other as younger people, we would have seen this 7 or 8 times, maybe 6 or 7. Anyways,
Maybe.
yeah, I mean I can no longer kind of badmouth the sequels after seeing how like George Lucas like made a Green Nightmare that they acted in, but it's just like because he does that, because he creates the CG that is in these movies, it's like that's how we get an amazing story like Mandalorian or any of the sequels. They look way better because of it. So you kind of have to give respect to the prequels. And yeah, it was a fun time. Just be like, oh wow, new Star Wars.
Downloading the trailer for a day and a half on QuickTime back in
QuickTime.
1998 or whatever it was like,
I looked
remember that?
I looked up information on this movie at internet camp because I am old enough that they're like, hey kids, this is the internet. And I'm like,
I had to download it at school. I didn't have the internet at home. I had to do it at school. In it was in computer class where you learn how to like do. I don't even remember, but I was just like, I gotta go on this QuickTime thing and download the
QuickTime.
And I let the computer on for like 2 days, and they let me, and I watched the trailer in school, like during whatever grade I was in class, because kids, the internet hasn't been around forever.
Yeah.
I had to spell things and find a dictionary and open it up and be like, oh my god.
Yeah. I remember though watching this movie the first time I watched it, I was confused because there was so much politics and I kept thinking, how do they not know that guy's not the bad guy? Because it's the same guy.
I knew somebody that argued with somebody else that it wasn't the Emperor. It's like, but it's the same name in the credits, man.
It's the same, and he just has the hood, and he just.
I know. He's not really trying to hide it.
I know.
All right, top five stand by. Any idea what number 5 is?
Sith.
No.
Good one. Ooh, Desi's saying
New Hope.
New Hope, not bad. Desi's thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the New Hope.
A New Hope. By the way, I don't have much to say about this. It should be number 1. It is the best Star Wars movie because it doesn't have the best lightsaber. It's 50 years old, so let's relax on that for a bit. It's the only one out of all of these that doesn't rely on anything before it and doesn't rely on anything after it. It's the only one. And it does a great job of introducing a whole world and galaxy and universe, and it is fantastic, but it definitely wasn't number 1 on my list. But it should be. It is a great movie, and I love on Tatooine when you're just walking with 3PO for 45 hours and it's just the music playing. I love that. So those are my thoughts. It should be number 1. It wasn't number 1 on my list, so I'm guilty as well. Desi, your thoughts?
I also love this movie. I love all of them. It's funny though. So, like I said, my brother-in-law's been staying with us, and he hadn't seen season 2 of The Mandalorian yet. So we started watching season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I realized how many Easter eggs there were for A New Hope in that movie, because as everything was happening, I'd be like, oh yeah, that Jawa sandcrawler is the same one from A New Hope. Oh, that red droid that is working for Pelimoto now, that's from when Luke was bartering with the Jawas for it. So I love how they keep bringing it back, and it is timeless, and I understand why it's this low. Just not because it's a bad movie, but just because there's so many awesome ones that it has to contend with. And it definitely deserves to be higher up than The Force Awakens, even though The Force Awakens introduced us to Reylo.
But this one we introduced us to Heya.
What?
Oh my god. Do you have that written down in your little
No, I just came up with it. Because if it was Luke and Leia, it would still be Leia, so I had to go with Heya.
Heya. Nice. Very nice.
Sooner?
I mean, it's classic. The first one I saw in the movie theater was Return of the Jedi. I was 8. The other 2 I was too little, so I watched those on TV for the first time. But I mean, just what he showed, and the like the Sand People, and you got to see how a Jedi made people's brain. These aren't the droids you're looking for. What I thought she's just got to learn this old man that had these powers, and even mention the Clone Wars, and we don't even know what that is. And 30 years later, we get it explained to us in a show. And I think you're mentioning the Easter eggs. I think that's because Dave and John were just so much ingrained in what Lucas did. It made me just kind of think, what would the sequels have been if Dave and John would have done them? Because he would have there would have been a lot more Lucas influence, and it would have been interesting to see. And we're kind of seeing that in the TV shows. You're seeing a lot more of Dave and overall people like these shows better than any of the sequel films as a whole. So it would have been interesting. But it's just the classic. I love it. I'm just still mad that Chewie didn't get his medal, but eventually he did. That's good.
He did in one of the best, I think Desi's top 3 Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker.
Yep. Is that the one he got it in?
I don't know. I made that up.
Yeah, I think he did, but only after Leia died.
He got Leia's medal. I was like,
I think someone said that one comic
left it to Leia.
in Canada and that he got it, but it's not canon anymore. I think he got one off screen, but sometime.
No, because what's her name with the cat? Maz Kanata handed it to Chewie, didn't she? And said, "Oh, Leia wanted you to have this."
Oh yeah.
Maz Kanata. I know everybody hates Rey or whatever, but Maz Kanata is the one that I'm like, she is the problem with the sequels. Like, what was her point? What was the point? They started so high and promising, and then by the end, she's a Disney World animatronic. I'm like, what is going on here?
No.
Brock?
Maz, what are you doing? I'm fighting a labor war or something. What the hell?
She went from I can use the Force to she's just horny for Wookiees. The whole thing.
I know.
I like that Wookiee.
So funny though. Brock?
I mean, A New Hope, it launches it all. It's on the AFI Top 100. It's like it changed how people looked at film, specifically sci-fi, but like on almost like no money, he's like George Lucas like makes magic happen. Like it's kind of wild too, because when you think about it, it's like he's like he redid all his movies to some extent. Like it's just like, but it's like his vision was there, and he's just like, we can't make it now, but I can see how we can do it. So it's like A New Hope sparks that, and it's like that's why we get Rebel Moon. We can't get Rebel Moon without Star Wars: A New Hope.
Or Wing Commander with
Wing Commander, yeah.
And Matthew Lillard, who sucks according to Tarantino. He sucks. Look, Matthew Lillard, bring him in. I love Matthew Lillard.
I love Matthew Lillard.
Dude, how could you not? How could you not? Peer pressure. Yeah. He's far too sensitive.
But yeah, A New Hope. It's. I think we say this every year. It's like it should be at the top. It's just like when it comes down to how we rank, you're like, what is your favorite? And it's like, well, it's not my favorite. I could probably quote the entire movie, but like, you know what I mean? So it's where it's supposed to be, if not higher.
If not higher. All right, top 4 now with a big league. I think we had a switch from last year on 3 and 4. Number 4, it's the end of an era. The Disney era, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, number 4. I honestly thought this one was going to be a little bit higher this year because of the push that I thought I was going to get from Andor. I think I said, Brock, in our review of it, which we were still new on this channel. It's been 400 years. During the podcast, that the beginning is a little clunky, but once it kind of figures it out, I think it's great. And I love this movie. And Vader hallway scene is just amazing. And it's like Vader hallway scene, Praetorian Guards are the 2 best things we've gotten since Disney acquired Star Wars. I mean, aside from like Mandalorian stuff, because I love stuff, but like in movies, I'd say those are my 2 favorite things that we've gotten. I like it, and we got Andor from this, which is just phenomenal stuff. So those are my thoughts. Desi?
I'm going to say, although I did not rank this movie, I'm going to go with the opposite of what you said. And I'm going to say that I can see why it would have been knocked down after Andor, because I watched it immediately after watching Andor because I'm like all hyped up on the Rogue One juice. And so I watch Rogue One. I'm like, you know what? This isn't as great as everybody says it is. I feel like it's hyped up because of the Darth Vader hallway scene. And yeah, it's good, but I don't think that it's the greatest Star Wars movie ever made, like a bunch of people seem to think it is. I enjoyed it, but I think that after watching Andor and just getting like that such a full, rich story for 2 seasons, obviously you have more time with a TV show than you have with a movie. I felt a little empty watching Rogue One immediately after Andor.
Which is funny because Andor leads right into.
I know.
That ending of Andor, man.
It was
I gotta
good.
say, Andor and the It TV show, the endings for those, I was like, you guys nailed it. Thank you for coming to play ball with me. I appreciate your business. Other shows, I'm like, come on, man. But those two, I was like, you guys, Andor especially, I was like, yeah. Sooner?
Oh, I love the film. I thought it's really good. I mean, it is hard though. Whenever Andor had a spaceship with lightsabers, we didn't get that in Rogue One. So that was that ship that
Luthen?
Luthen had is just so cool.
I think my problem with Rogue One after watching Andor is that it focused so much on Jyn. I'm like, get this girl out of here. I don't care about her. I want to see more Mon Mothma.
Yeah, it really did. You're right. But she was the big deal for the, in the story because of her dad, really.
Yeah.
But and then also I think you had the really, really good villain. You had a perfect Empire type villain. It was not a villain with powers. It was not a villain. It was a typical whiny, guy who thought he was bigger, hot stuff than he really was, and him trying to do anything he can to rise up the ladder, and ultimately it got himself killed because and so.
Well, spoilers, easy. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, sorry.
Somebody watching this podcast has gotten this far and has not seen
They're
it.
like, what's Rogue One? Yeah.
Wait, Emperor dies in Rogue One?
Well, I don't know. Maybe your brother-in-law, he hadn't watched The Last Jedi.
That's a good point.
I think because probably he heard from the internet that it sucked, so he put off watching it for so long. Then he finally watched it and loved it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
Brock, before we get to you, that's funny about the internet thing in Last Jedi sucked, because when it came out, it was very split for a long time, and then all of a sudden, somehow, all the momentum went to is the worst thing to ever happen to the movie industry. It's just weird how it just snowballed in one direction. The other direction is like, whatever. And that person, burn it down!
It's just the loudest people.
The duo of the two guys, the Wills guys, those guys were awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brock?
This is like the first proof that you can do a Star Wars movie where the Force or Jedi isn't at the center. Like obviously the hallway scene with Vader, and you see Vader a bunch of times. It's like it's a really cool scene, but it's like the movie holds its own by being like a war movie, and it's just like it's not going to be a happy ending, or good will prevail, but it will be not the way you want it, right? So I liked it a lot. It's usually up there at the top with the two of my favorite from the original series, right? But that is interesting that it's funny that when you give Andor some more screen time and more story, you're like, oh, you're way more interesting to this reluctant anti-hero that is Jyn Erso.
Well,
yeah.
To be fair, Jyn Erso might be that interesting if we got 2 seasons of TV series as written as well as that one was, right? I mean, just to be fair.
She's a Nepo baby, James. I won't let you support it. No, so Rogue One was great, and it's one of those movies in the Disney era that a lot of people that don't really care one way or another about Star Wars, a lot of people do say it's oh wow, I really like that. It's because it was different. So yeah. And
it slides into A New Hope. It literally is a piece of A New Hope. It's
it was different, so it proves that The Force Awakens did not need to be a repeat of A New Hope.
Yeah.
But it came out after, though. That's the problem. Yeah. And then they stopped learning their lesson because they react instead of actually sticking to a plan. They're like the Toronto Maple Leafs of movie studios. All right.
Hey, the Maple Leafs captain loves The Acolyte.
Yeah, I wish he played hockey as well as he spoke about The Acolyte.
I wonder if they had done like decided to do like release Rogue One as the first one, and that might have been a much, because you would have had old school people that I think that could have, if they just would have done that, you might have had a lot different.
I don't know if you guys remember this though. To that point though, is when Rogue One came out. That's when a lot of people started turning against the Force Awakens because the internet is just full of dumbasses. But like it was like all of a sudden, like, you see it all the time with popular movies, right? There's a shift when all of a sudden it's not cool anymore. Like Avatar, nobody likes Avatar except for $2 billion worth of people going to see it in the theater, right?
I don't know anybody who has seen it.
Andrew Fantasia, I think, has seen it all the times and made all the money.
Each one of them have made $3 billion. Both have made $3 billion.
Avatar is not, but my point is, like, when something's too popular, it becomes. But this was the movie when this came out. People started. There was a shift on people's reaction to The Force Awakens. I don't think that lasted very long, but like I vividly remember online people being like, "Oh, The Force Awakens is just a rehab." I'm like, all of a sudden, like Rogue One was the greatest thing. I love Rogue One, but I had more fun in the theater watching The Force Awakens than Rogue One. It's a donut. I love donuts. Our top three now, the big three coming up, and I gotta be honest with you, it was very close. Number one, not so much.
Gen Z's gonna screw this up. I feel like this is.
Gen Z came in strong, man. I think that's why Phantom Menace is so high. I think that's why Attack of the Clones is so high, but just not strong enough. Number three, Revenge of the Sith.
That was scary.
But I'm not gonna lie, it was a tight race, and I got a couple. Like I said, I got a few today. I think it was 3 today that changed the destinies of a couple of these, and it separated the next one from this one. Revenge of the Sith. I love Revenge of the Sith because I love the prequels. It's not my favorite though of all of them. Like most people that love the prequels, it is. I do enjoy it quite a bit, but yeah, I mean the I guess now they're late 20-year-olds. They freaking love this movie to death, man. This is their Star Wars, which is fair, and because they grew up with it, right? So you have a different appreciation of it than we do. So yeah, number 3, Revenge of the Sith. I'm happy. Remember when we started doing these rankings 9 years ago, Brock, and it was just prequel, always last.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy that this movie has resonated with so many younglings and now has risen up the ranks. And I mean, speaking of younglings, they get massacred in it. Does he?
My kids are prequels fans. Like that, those are their movies. Even though they know that mommy loves Kylo Ren and that Kylo is my favorite, and that daddy's favorite is Darth Vader, they don't care. Their Star Wars is Jar Jar Binks, Darth Maul, Anakin, Obi-Wan. So they love this movie. I love watching it with them. The other thing that they think is hilarious now, because they see Anakin turning into Darth Vader, is when they play their video games, they like to play with one of them as Anakin and the other one as Darth Vader so that they can fight each other, because they just think that it's funny to have Anakin fighting himself.
I like this movie. It's my favorite prequel. I think I enjoyed it some, kind of, but after the Clone Wars show, it really made me like the film a lot more. I think because it was the fall of Anakin was a little rushed, but the Clone Wars, you see so much development. I really think it added a lot to this film. And then when you saw the Mandalore, the final season, taking place the same time as Revenge of the Sith, that was pretty awesome. Because that was just like another movie we got to see taking place at another area, to see how. And so, I really enjoyed it. I think I think the Mustafar fight is the best one in Star Wars. Some people agree, some don't. I just think it's amazing. And also, seeing the Emperor fighting Yoda. I mean, that was pretty cool. So I really enjoyed the film. I like it.
Brock?
It'd be interesting if like the Clone Wars shows had come out before like Revenge of the Sith. You're like all of these clone troopers you've learned to love and get used to, and they're like, and then they betrayed everyone. You're like, this one I usually put as my top of the prequels. Though this year I was like, is it my favorite? I don't know. I mean, there's good things in all these movies, so, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It's like, I'm just glad it's not 2 or 1 because I think those ones have to stay at the top there. And that's all I have to say about that.
I'm hoping Mandalorian and Grogu is number 1 next year.
That's what I'm excited to know. Like, where will it be? Like,
I can tell you right now, my prediction: Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be a really fun movie. It's going to be the most fun since Force Awakens. We're all going to have a smile, but everyone's going to hate it because that's all anybody knows how to do anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to delete this internet from my life. Can we just like why? I don't know why we can't like anything. Like, why do we have to hate everything? Everything. Oh, it's so frustrating. Like, I hate going online and like they break down. Here's why this sucks, and then they talk about what
I love.
You love.
I love 10 and a half of these movies.
You only like half The Last Jedi? That's crazy.
How do you actually like a half?
There are portions of The Rise of Skywalker that I like, but there are great portions that I dislike as well.
1/4 portion.
I would gladly watch any of these movies right now.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like in a heartbeat. We just do this because it's fun. Oh yeah, we should have pointed out from the top. This is just for fun. But it is the
No, this is serious.
This is the definitive ranking Star Wars list. George Lucas calls me every year and he goes, "You guys are wasting your time."
I need a
But I watch you. Museum. George Lucas watches us all the time. And speaking of George Lucas, number two, squeaking in at number 2, Return of the Jedi. I find that as time goes on, people like this movie less and less, and it's really pissing me off because they're forgetting where they came from. Like, this is a great movie. It has Ewoks.
Yep.
My list ends there. That's all you do. It has Ewoks. It has ATSTs, which also, by the way, when they call them AT-ATs, I'm like, well, what is an AT? Like, what? Like, make up your mind. Either it's AT-AT or it's AT. It has, what else does it have? It has Ewoks. And it's a great, I freaking love this movie.
We got to meet Jabba. There was a first time I saw Jabba.
God, the opening scene of Jabba's palace. Come on, man. Come on. Tell me Empire Strikes Back is better than this. In a tweet. No, I'm not gonna. Does he?
My husband's favorite movie is Return of the Jedi.
Smart.
He I think loves it. I'm pretty sure it was the first movie he saw in the theater. Awesome. And we still have his AT-AT toy from the 80s.
Oh.
And his brother who's staying here is like, I thought this was my toy. And he's like, no, it was my toy. I just let you play with it.
Kicked him out.
Yeah, my kids do like the Ewoks, but I gotta say they like Jar Jar more. So
look. I think Brock knows. I will never pit them against each other. They are my two favorite things ever, and so I love them. I will say I was disappointed. I like Porgs, but I was disappointed in Porgs because I thought Porgs would be a little bit more Ewoky, but Porgs, they serve their purpose. They're just birds. I get it, but I was just hoping that they would be like Ewoks, but they're just birds.
I love Porgs.
I do too. I do too. I'm not saying I don't, but I thought they were going to be a little bit more like sentient.
But Chewie really liked them on the grill.
Well, in the Mandalorian, we see people eating those Kowakian monkey lizards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was running around on Jabba.
And I'm pretty sure that's sentient.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's greater than the kick that Luke does on the boat, on the bar. That was
this
great.
is when the internet ruins things. Stop watching your movies on pause, people.
But I mean, just I like the scene where you get to see like, wow, Luke, how powerful he is. He's using the hold, throwing the guards, and he's cutting, choking them. Man, he's become, you could see he's become a much more of a badass, and that was awesome when he walked in there, and then got to go see Yoda again, and I just think it's really good. And then you finally get to meet the Emperor. I mean, we heard about him in the last one, but we didn't really know much about him, and it was pretty cool. And somehow he came back.
Oh my God.
Brock?
I was thinking as we were going, it's like, wouldn't Canto Bight be more interesting if it was sort of set up like the Jabba's palace part of Return of the Jedi, where like it's cool to look at and it's kind of fun, like, wow, look at this place, but you don't stay there. You're there to do the story part and then you move on. It's not throughout. Like, I feel like Jabba's palace would like tire itself out if you kept going back there. But Return of the Jedi is Ewoks. It introduces us to Wicket for the first time, which launches those the Ewok movies and the Ewok show, and just it's the show that like I just love it all the time. Yeah, it's my favorite just because it's my favorite from the original series. So I always put it number one because I can't. I mean, maybe Grogu has the power to push Ewoks to the number one spot for me. I don't know. But, like, I just love Return of the Jedi. And, yeah, there's not much else I can say. It's just like, it's my movie.
Yep, I agree. All right, number one. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but it is The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace comes in at number one. I don't know what to say except you guys, you finally did it. You made it.
Looks like you made it.
It is the best movie. All right, number one is Empire Strikes Back, as most people like it. I will say, I do think it is. I'm going to put the sequels aside because they're 40 years later. I think it's the best made Star Wars movie. Like, visually, it's like it is the Andor of the movies. Like, it's a really good movie. It's a grown-up movie. It looks like a movie. It feels like a movie. And Chewie spends half the time with 3PO on his back, which is the plot of the new Predator movie. So you gotta love it. And I love Empire Strikes Back. It's great. It's not as good as Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, Force Awakens. It's just a really good movie. I love it. I guess it deserves to be number one, but whatever. Does it?
I often tell people how much I hate sequels. I hate Moana 2. I hate Frozen 2. Why do we need 5 different Toy Story movies? Like Cars 2. Why do we need all of these? And then inevitably somebody says, yeah, but what about Empire Strikes Back? What about that one? So I feel like it's the sequel that breaks the mold, where it got people even more engaged than the first movie. So it is the example of how to do a sequel movie, and bring people in even more. So I love it. I love all these movies. I've said that so many times, but this is just, it's not just a good Star Wars movie, it's a good movie in general.
Yeah, I love this movie. There's only one other sequel that it's above. Saw 2 is just so.
The Last Jedi.
Saw 2.
The Last Jedi. I get it. Yeah.
I watched the most recent Saw, and I didn't realize that it's a prequel. It takes place between 1 and 2. I don't know if you knew that.
Have you seen Final Destination 5?
No.
I've never seen any of them.
Or is it 4?
I've only seen the first one.
Okay,
you
5. Gotta watch. I think it's 5 because it ends on the plane. I ruined the ending for you of the first one.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
oh.
what? Yeah,
Like
I was like,
Seinfeld.
what? The
Like
whole movie's
Seinfeld
not.
ends in the jail, just like they started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Seinfeld talking about the button, the very first scene.
Yeah. That's it.
No, I love Empire. One thing that's awesome is you get to see Luke. You didn't really get to see him. You know, he kind of didn't even know he was using the Force, but you saw him focus and use the Force and get that saber the first time. And I was like, whoa, he's actually, you could see he's starting to have some of that power. And then just and Cloud City was so cool. I always liked Lando, and then it's like, he betrayed him, and he's a traitor. And then just the Luke, I'm your father. I mean, that's one of the greatest.
No,
Ruined
I am your
Star-
father.
That,
I am your father.
No.
Luke, the
that
Jedi say Luke
moment.
says, I
That
am your
moment also
father.
ruins.
That is,
That moment ruins Star
amazing.
Wars.
and then
Because now everything has to be a twist. You're like,
how he got lucky and grabbed onto that thing, or he'd have fallen into the sky. I'm glad, he lost his saber though. But we know who found it in a comic book. In a comic, 30 years later, we found it.
And I got buried in sand.
I hate sand. I mean, it's Empire Strikes Back. You can't. It's wild. Like when you watch that, and when you watch the Battle of Hoth, you're like, how did they get these AT-ATs that's so big to move? It's like, those are models. Those aren't real. But like, I am a 41-year-old man, and I watch that and be like, that's real. That happened. They went to, where did they shoot those? That's like Siberia or something like that.
I think my backyard right now.
Anyway, yeah, perfect. They could have, but anyways, like it's like that looks real. It's crazy. But yeah, it's
Norway.
Norway. Thank you, because like you get Boba Fett in there, even though he's not technically the first appearance, but you get Boba Fett, you get Lando. It's wild too, because it's like the Emperor is like just you just think it's Darth Vader the whole time, more or less. I mean, I guess he mentions the Emperor, but it's just like you see a like flicker of him, like what's this? And then again, the introduction of Yoda. I mean, I don't think we've even talked about that yet with this movie. It's like that Luke and Yoda on Dagobah. It's just like it's so funny. It's probably like totally cherry picked from like samurai movies that George Lucas was like in love with, but like it's just so good. It's like it doesn't like it was like you take this moment where like it's not just sci-fi. It's like this is kind of fun fantasy sort of thing. This little gremlin tells you what to do, and he's actually way smarter than you. So it's a great movie. The only thing I can say that's bad about The Empire Strikes Back is that the ending with the twist has cursed us with every other Star Wars movie where it's like something crazy has to happen at the end, which is always fun. But like at a point you're like, you don't always have to you can just end the movie. It's like, no. That guy you thought that was dead, he's back. Who? Emperor? No. Darth Maul? No. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I thought you were dead. I was.
I still want.
Go ahead.
I still want Ben Solo to come back. The
Yeah.
hunt for Ben Solo
Bob
made the
Iger killed him.
list. I mean, it hasn't even been made.
I mean, in Empire, we got to finally learn how Yoda speaks. We're like, what the hell is he doing? But
And he's a vegan.
I'm looking for a great warrior. War is not great. I remember him saying that. But yet, it's always been my favorite. And other than Saw 2, it is the favorite.
He's actually going to go see Saw 2 special screening right now after we're done recording.
Yeah.
He's had tickets for 6 months. Do you know what I don't miss? Buying tickets to a movie 4 months in advance. I gotta be honest. One thing I don't miss is that. Just like, and where I live, I can go see a movie right now. I could probably go see the new Avatar movie right now with no problem.
Yeah.
Although,
It's not out yet. Is it out yet?
I've never seen the second one. I'm not gonna lie. Avatar. I saw the first one in the theater, and I almost said I'm never gonna go see a movie in the theater ever again because I couldn't stand
Why?
it.
That was awesome in the theater. That was the coolest thing about it.
I thought the 3D was great, but everything else, I'm like, why?
It was Pocahontas with blue people. But come to Florida because Avatar
Oh, yeah.
Land is the
Yes.
greatest land.
I do agree. Avatar Land is great. I have been to Avatar Land many moons ago. It's
That's
really
the
good.
one, that's
Better
at
than the
Disney,
movies.
right? It's a Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is great, but I have no interest in seeing the next movie or the movie that I didn't watch.
They're getting ready to open here in Dallas. I think it's in May. It's the first concept. It's a Universal resort, a park that's catered to 13 and under.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's big. It is a big thing.
13 and under. That is such a tight group.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it will be perfect for the boys, but it's. And I've seen it. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I think it's not. That's what they're tailoring, but I think there's things that adults and teens. But I don't think it's just not as. It's definitely tailored more to that. So we'll see how that goes. That is kind of
Cool.
a bit, but.
Well, that's our ranking list for 2026. What is this 1 hour?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We've done a lot of these. I don't remember how many we've done, though. I should really have looked it up before. But we do it every year. And every year. And ranking. What do we do? Ranking.
I just know the ones that me and.
Did we lose you?
Hello?
Anyways, we might have lost sooner there.
I'm going to say 7 years.
6 or 7?
6 or 7.
6 or 7. Anyways, that was a good ranking. James, are you frozen?
No, this is our 9th one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm counting. I'm trying to count. I'm trying to count.
You're just like sooner frozen. You're like 9.
No, I'm counting our rankings to make sure that we got it right. It's fun doing this.
Wow.
It's just for fun. We do it every January 1st. Happy New Year, all year through, as the song says. And I can't believe it's January already. It feels like December was just half a month.
And I hope everyone had a great Life Day.
Yeah. Did you go to the park that day?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
And I saw that they actually had a Chewbacca meet and greet this year. So I'm going to have to go next year, I think.
That's awesome.
Brock's getting in his DeLorean to fix that problem. He is on his way.
Give anything to go to Florida.
No, to meet Chewbacca. Florida has nothing to do with it.
Chewbacca in his red robes with the horn.
Oh.
Yes, they had that this year.
Are we allowed to go to Florida again? What's the rules on this? I don't know what's going on.
You just have to show your last 5 years of Instagram. You have to show all 9 years of this podcast, and you'll be like, fine, just go.
Oh, you don't know. We're not allowed to go to the States right now. We have like
I don't watch real news. I only watch Star Wars news.
It's fair. It's fair.
All right. Final thoughts on the list, then.
Justice for the Last Jedi. And I'm interested to see how The Mandalorian and Grogu do next year.
Yeah.
But I wish they were making The Hunt for Ben Solo.
That's true. It's like that script that may or may not exist has captured all of our imaginations. Like I'd be curious to see if they ever made it, would people's thoughts of the prequel or sequels change? Yeah, and Mandalorian Grogu, I really hope it shakes up the list next year. I really do.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't Hunt for Ben Solo just seems like another reactionary reaction of and they did that. But we said this on, I think I said this last week or 2-3 weeks ago on the podcast. They did this with the prequels. They're like, people don't like the prequels, ignore the prequels, and we didn't have anything prequel for like 10 years of Disney owning them. And now they're trying to fit in the prequels as much as they can because they realize that the kids that were kids now love the prequels because they're adults. And the sequels, it's like, well, if you flesh things out, people are going to show up. Like, people are going to watch a good movie. And like that's the thing, though, is you brought up, like, maybe casual fans like The Last Jedi more. We don't know. We haven't done a survey on that. But people, it made $1.5 billion or whatever, made 1.3, whatever it made. Like it made $1 billion. The hunt for Ben Solo wasn't going to cost a lot of money. Like that's why I think Mandalorian and Grogu, it can't fail because they're not spending any money on the thing. Like it's a success.
Yeah.
It's going to be a success opening weekend. So anyway, we'll talk about that another time. That's not what this is ranking, and I can't wait for that one to be my number one next year on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. I can't. The thing is, I can't put anything other than Return of the Jedi number one because Return of the Jedi keeps getting lower and lower on other people's lists. So I have to skew the list by putting Return of the Jedi first.
You could do what I do and only rank one movie.
But then you're disservicing the rest of them. So it's like. All right. Thanks, guys. This has been a blast. Hope you guys have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, thanks for being with us, and thanks to Sooner, even though we lost him just now. But thanks, Desi, for being on. Another year and another ranking in the bucket. What a time.
That's because, Brock, you were always scum.
Rebel Scum.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.